What's up, guys? Welcome to VGM Jams New York City Podcast, episode, what is this, 4 or 5?
4.
4. Yeah. It's 4 because we did the live stream as a substitute.
Which you can check out on Patreon.
Yes, we basically went through the book and ranked every song by difficulty, and the VOD is on Patreon. So subscribe if you'd like to see us have an interesting conversation about the challenge level.
and then Kuzin coming in for the
there's
a speed run.
Yeah, there's a Kuzin cameo that really got us on track. We needed that.
So before we begin today, I get messages from my girlfriend Jazz on Instagram where she just finds any random reel that pops up on the feed. And this is gaming related because I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Apparently they added Nicki Minaj to Call of Duty. Like it's just
kidding? It's like as a playable character.
Yeah, it's like a playable character. Like she's just coming around and just shooting.
No way.
Yes.
What?
Nicki
It's got to be a mod, right?
No, it's official. Like it's literally. I'm not sure if this is like for Warzone or for like Modern Warfare 2, but just what? It's the most.
That's so
It's the
wild.
most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Why? That's I mean, I'm kind of into that, but it's also so silly.
I am too, but it is just like why? I mean, there are a lot of cameos in video games that are just bizarre.
That's true. I remember have you ever played that MOBA Smite? Do you know about it?
Yeah, I know Smite.
Remember when they added Aang and the
Yeah, I was
Airbenders
just
to it?
like,
I was
what?
like, what is this partner? Nickelodeon X Smite.
That was bizarre. And then
what a bizarre combo.
the worst one I think of that because my friends from home play Smite all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna curse a lot this video because
It's fine. Our Patreon's not it's not
fair enough, but
it's not for children.
You know,
necessarily.
with my job and everything, they catch their substitute teacher cursing, and it's just like, oh, it's just like.
I remember that. I remember when I was a kid like that. Yeah.
Just when you Google your teacher and you find out they have a life.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very open. Like I'm open about these sessions to the kids because I'm like, yeah, I do stuff, and they always are just shocked of just like, what?
Yeah.
No, it's just like, yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, when it was announced and I saw who they had for Zuko, and I'm just like, that doesn't even fit. All he has is the swords. There's no fire at all.
I know, it was pretty silly.
Yeah, it's goofy.
They did another one that was insane for Smite 2 that was hilarious afterwards. It was like SpongeBob or something.
SpongeBob?
It was like something so random that I was like, really? Maybe it's because maybe Nickelodeon and Smite have like some partnership. They have to, right, at this point?
I guess so. I know my favorite one from Smite was now is Kukulkan, Khan, but back when he was Kwong, they had a Rayquaza skin for him.
No.
It was so sick.
No.
Yeah. And I think for Kukulkan Khan, there's still the Rayquaza skin, but I'm not too sure.
Oh, that alone makes me want to play Smite again.
I tried. I could not keep up. Like, my friends were sweaty with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing different than sweaty MOBA play. I mean, that's the thing. Most MOBA players are sweaty, so.
That's true. Like, one of my closest friends, Mike, if you're listening to this, known as Blue QB, was like one of the best Nemesis players in the world.
What is it about MOBAs that makes people so sweaty? Like, it's
a lot of, I would say it's a lot of effort, trying to like.
That's true. It does take a lot of concentration.
And a lot of teamwork, which is another reason why people get sweaty if they go on it alone, like in a random lobby.
Oh yeah, solo queue is always a bad idea for MOBAs.
Ass.
That's not what we want here.
But I think like just that aspect of teamwork and actually trying to like, it's kind of. There's going to be a weird correlation. It's kind of like card games where you're like trying to maintain your resources.
Right.
Because there are the different lanes that contain the different power-ups and shit. And if you need to try to make sure that you're able to gain control, get your levels high enough so that when you have an encounter, it's like, don't get my ass beat. But there are, of course, the reckless people that just jump into fighting someone on sight instead of thinking like more methodically, try to get the buffs, all that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is a thing.
I have a weird history with MOBAs, man. Like I try them out. I'm able to do them, but it's still just like I can never maintain because it's like
Well, it's such a thing. I'm gonna put this thing so that the wind sounds. Sorry, Mike.
can't have the
wind sounds.
I have to
The
do it
puff
with
is better now. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yours is fine because it's far enough away from you. But
Fair enough. Yeah.
anyway,
but I can never maintain. It's like I would argue that like MOBAs have like the same grind level of success as like jazz, because like if you drop it, like you can come back into it slowly, but like to get to a certain like echelon is like you got to be consistently on that shit.
yeah, I think it's interesting too with MOBAs is how going from low level all the way up into super high level is really macro oriented. Like you have to be focused on the whole picture of the game the whole time, and then once you get to top level, it's only micro.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, because once everybody has the macro down, it's just about like who optimizes their cooldowns. Like it's like it becomes
It gets
super
so intricate. Like
yeah, at the highest level, it's like, oh, you were 1 pixel outspaced from that cooldown, and this person's position was just, you know, like 2 steps
like
off.
so many things could go into it, and I think like
Yeah.
because I think Smite also has like what crit chances as well.
Yeah,
And
Smite has
so
a lot of crit. Yeah.
So you could just be unlucky and just get
it's
messed
true.
up.
Yeah, and there's builds that are specifically for crit in Smite.
Yeah.
I think League might have that too. I'm not sure, but
League might.
HOTS does not have that. HOTS has crits, but it's not like the same extremity.
Are you part of the Smurf life? Are you the type to go uber mega level and then just like smack down on the on the civilians below?
I did that at one point when I was playing HOTS, but I don't know. I sort of just I realized that MOBAs for me, they're so time consuming too. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's like one game can take like 30 plus minutes. It's like, dude, man. It's not so. Maybe that's also a reason why they're so sweaty, right? It's like you're committed for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, you're pretty much like you got to maintain your endurance, because if you
Yeah.
drop one moment, then it's like, oh, it's game over.
And then the snowball just hits you full force.
Yep, because then you start feeding, and then it's like, oh, well, rip.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I've just resorted to Smash as my game, my grind game. It's the only grind game I play now, where I'm just like, you know.
I don't even think I have a grind game anymore. I just don't got time.
That's good.
Yeah.
For now. Eventually, you'll want to get a hobby. Eventually, you'll want to like have a.
This has pretty much been my grind game. This the jam sessions have been my grind.
That is a
game.
grind, yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
I mean this past with the book. You know,
Yeah.
now we can.
That was a grind.
Now
for
we
sure.
can actually talk about the process, because it's been tumultuous, I think is the word.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not an academic like you, so my vocabulary is limited.
Oh,
but
listen,
that word sounds exactly like what I think it would
I
be.
try my best to have a good vocabulary, but there are some times where I could say a word and it's like, oh, that doesn't mean that.
Yeah. So the peer review process, right? This past session we launched the official version 1, volume 1 of the VGM Jams NYC real book. I mean, it's still a fake book, FYI, because we don't have the licenses yet. But
yeah,
so that's why so many people have been like, "How can I buy one?" And I was like,
licensing.
Yeah, we still need to figure that out. But however,
there may be something for the patrons coming soon.
Yes, there is a potential patron tier that will maybe include something.
So for the YouTube people listening to this, join our Patreon. Do it right the heck now.
Yeah, definitely check out the Patreon, because you might be in for a pleasant surprise.
Coming soon, yeah. But yeah, that process overall, because to be transparent, you know, about the whole process, I used to do this alone, and the quality of the books before, I would say they were good, but I definitely, like, as someone that didn't go into music as a career, or, you know, that only really picked up music writing only for, I think, 6 years ago now, like, there are a lot of mistakes that I do. I know it could be more polished. So since we were going for the official, like, oh, this is going to get binded, this is volume 1, once we're done with this, we're going to move on to the next one. When I heard that, I'm like, oh, I can't do this alone anymore. I need to try to make sure that the quality is at the level of what should be a volume 1, like kind of like putting some finality on it,
Yeah, totally.
So I wrangled up my closest musician friends that I knew the stuff a lot more than me, Jasper included, of course, and everyone got a taste as to what I have to go through to get these books ready. It was, what's funny? Before the peer review process, I still was working on this book for like a solid 2 to 3 months straight. Like,
yeah, you put so much into it.
Yeah, it did not stop. And
For
like,
sure.
I'm always worried that like my process will always be like, will be observed by someone and just be like, oh, there's an easier way to do it. And I'm like, there is an easier way, but this is my way of doing it,
Yeah, easy way is not always the best way.
Yeah.
It's I think however you want it. Nobody else is stepping up to the plate doing it. So it's like,
that's true.
Nobody is, if you're the one stepping up to do it however you want. That's my philosophy on it.
Yeah.
But I do think the peer review was a great idea. I mean, it worked out well. We had several different people. I think it was interesting too, thinking about things from a, like a engraving perspective versus a musician perspective versus a
that's true,
functional perspective, right? Because like we had people that were professional composers, we had people that were like fully like all like super intense about engraving, and then we had people that were like full-time, very working professionals,
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of interesting. It was interesting to see how
the ideas kind of like not clash, but like
how we have different priorities, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, like my priorities looking at a chart are very different than somebody who's like an engravers, right? Like for me, it's like whatever looks immediately the most readable and the most understandable.
That's where I'm
what
at
I
too.
prefer to see.
Yeah.
Versus like what is the most correct way to write something,
right?
What is the most specific chord that fits, like those kinds of things. But see, if I was a pianist, I might feel different, right? Like if I was a pianist and I'm the one that has to play all the notes and the voicing, I want to see a more specialized chord symbol, I guess,
Right, but
especially if I don't know the song super well, right? But as a horn player, I don't really look at chord symbols as literal. I only look at them as a guideline. So I have different priorities with what I like to see on my charts, right?
Plus, different players are gonna have more insight as to like a certain type of chord.
Yeah,
like piano players already gonna know like, oh, this is a G6/9, right? So I already know what's going to be incorporated in that.
Sure.
I know what's going to. But for a horn player, it's just like, I know G works.
It's it's just like G stuff,
Yeah, exactly.
No, totally.
So it was.
That's 100% the vibe. Yeah.
I think how it turned out though, it was like everything kind of reached a happy medium of like.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think the books turned out very well, and all things considered, very much success in terms of the endeavor and the result. There's definitely there's for sure some impeccable charts in there.
Yeah, for sure.
At this point.
Honestly, I kind of wanted to just like open up about like the process on my end as someone that's like been kind of heading the charge on these books.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I think I mentioned this to you like outside of the podcast, but like the whole month of July it was eat, sleep, work on the book. Go to work sometimes. And it actually kind of like, it got to some pretty like depressing points, because like there was legit a point where I woke up around like 7 in the morning after going to bed late working on the book, and I woke up with my laptop on the bed and just immediately opened it back up to get back to work. Oh, no. And it was like, oh, this is hell.
That sounds like you were working on like a doctoral thesis.
Yeah, so like it but it was also like weirdly inspiring to myself as well, because like it's like, wow, I can dedicate myself this much to something. I wonder, like, can I actually put this this thought elsewhere?
Of course.
You know? And it's like it kind of felt like reassuring in a way. But then also like getting bombarded with, and of course like the opinions were for the book. They were for the betterment of the book.
Right.
So I didn't take it personally. But there was a point where like the vast amount of improvements was like a bit overwhelming.
Of course.
Well,
I think part of the reason why it was overwhelming is you didn't expect it to be so extensive.
Yeah,
right?
like I didn't expect there to be that much that needed to be fixed.
Totally.
But at the same time, like if it's for the betterment of the book, then I was gonna obviously try to follow almost, if not all of it. There was one thing with structuring where I was like, it's too late now.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, even if everything was completely instated and written as everything was suggested, there's still going to be some issues, right?
Yeah.
Like perfection doesn't exist, right? It's like there's always going to be room for improvement. Even at the highest level of professional composing, engraving, arranging, all of that stuff, there's always still going to be, room for improvement. There's always a level, there's always a refinement that can be done. So it's
everything can always, I live by that motto of like everything can always be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some people may see it as like a kind of not like a defeatist, but like a pessimistic type of point of view. But I'm like, no, it's just like.
Oh, speaking of defeatist, we got to talk about the Pokemon natures.
Oh God!
Because I haven't talked to you. Both of us have been talking to Lamel indirectly about it.
So we'll get into that. But like no, like I always strive for self-improvement. I always try to, because I always feel like I can be better. It sucks because I can't take compliments for anything. So I'm like,
what it is, and I'll say this very clearly one time: the key to finding peace within yourself is finding the balance between accepting that things can always be better and that you're enough. That's the key, right? And that's so hard. It's such a small point on the mountain, right?
Yeah.
But like there's this like things can always be better graph, right? And then there's like a I am enough and I'm good enough graph. And the point at which those intersect is where we have to try to find our mental
it's like,
home,
Yeah.
And that's a lifelong challenge, but it's that's hard for sure, because both of those are equally valid and important points and mindsets, right?
Right.
So,
but one last thing before we get to the more sillier stuff, and sorry if this gets a bit, I guess, sad.
No, I think people need to know what the process was, right?
Or I guess just like the impact of it, because like,
of course,
because I think during the session you saw that was off.
You were struggling with some health stuff or something.
That like this whole process kind of like, I would say like kickstarted like mind you, my health before this was I didn't live a healthy life,
Sure. It's hard too. That's another hard thing to do.
It's very much so, and like with how often I would like go into work, whether it be back when when I had my two jobs going at the same time, finding healthy eats and healthy drinks was not always
America especially
does
so
not
make it easy
so
to be
bad.
Healthy. No, seriously, America makes it so hard to be healthy. It's really insane. Because it's actually insane.
The amount that you work, you don't have enough effort to make your own food, and it's just it's rough.
It's actually so. I think and we could get into the whole corruption aspect of it, but it's like this thing. It's like if you want to be healthy, they make it cost an arm and a leg.
Oh yeah, which means you're gonna need to work more. But then if you work more, then that's more energy being consumed that you can't utilize. It's a sick cycle.
And so it's like it's expensive to be healthy, but also the people that need the most health improvement are people that can't afford to be healthy.
Right.
So it's like it's so ridiculous to me.
Yeah, it's messed up.
It's like it's literally systematically like designed to raise the mortality rate of people that cannot afford otherwise, right?
So eat the rich.
Yeah. I think you just found the name of our podcast. Is Fred Quaza was the last one, and this one is Eat the Rich. All right, that's print it. That's the name of this.
Beautiful. But in all seriousness, like it to open up about a time, and we can make this Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Whatever.
To open up about shortly after the book. Actually, no, shortly before the books were finished.
It was right before.
Went to go see Barbenheimer. We saw it different days. Barbie is hilarious and great, and Oppenheimer is just an excellent movie all around.
Yeah.
But it was during Oppenheimer that I actually felt like my heart rate was going like really up to like a dangerous point. Well,
and it wasn't like anxiety or panic attack shit. It was.
I didn't know if it was or wasn't, but like I felt like not chest pain, but like chest squeeze. Ooh, and that's where I was like, something's wrong.
Right.
And then it persisted. And when it persists, that's when it's a problem.
Of course, yeah. You have to go check it. Get it checked out.
So, and it definitely wasn't the best decision health-wise. But I legit waited until the books were done to go to a doctor. Because I'm like, I need to finish this. Yeah. God forbid I get admitted. This needs to get done.
Sure,
And it got to a point where, like, heart rate was still very high.
Yeah.
Parts of my face were feeling a bit tingly.
Yeah.
Parts of arm were feeling tingly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I might be having a stroke.
Yeah, some heart shit is scary.
Yeah,
that's scary, dude.
So I went to like a CarePoint health center type deal, like a MediMerge type deal. They were like, go to the emergency room. Your heart rate is very high. And I did, and I didn't find anything immediately. But they recommended me to a cardiologist, and it was in that moment of like, because this, mind you, like, for the listeners at home, I'm actually not going to be at the next session because I'm going on a cruise.
Right.
Like, to have this all happen, to be sitting in a hospital room, you know, with, luckily my mom came in and was able to be supportive, but have that all happen, and then just everything that, it was kind of like a life flashing before your eyes type deal.
Yeah, of course.
So I've had to make some pretty like clear cut like lifestyle changes. I've completely cut out soda whatsoever. That's why I have this big, let me put the mic over here, honking bottle,
half gallon. It's even camoed up.
It's even camoed up, ready to like no.
This water bottle's so big it's got its own outfit.
Yeah, you can dress the water bottle. Like I've been drinking pretty much nothing but water, like consistently.
That's great.
Wow. Sometimes I'll have juice and like lemonade because I'm like, God damn it, I want lemonade.
Yeah.
Like I've been trying to eat a lot healthier.
You know, the lemonade is, especially if it's that fresh squeeze.
Oh,
you know,
dude, it's so good.
Then I think it's all right.
Yeah, but like I've cut out a lot of like fast food. I've been trying to eat a lot healthier, which is why it's so fucking hard, dude.
You literally, I noticed that when you were walking in today. I think you look healthier now too.
I would hope.
You seem, you know, you seem more like grounded and well equipped to traverse and stuff, which is good. So keep it up. It's really,
thanks, man.
It's awesome.
It's not been easy because of the lack of options.
Super
and everything.
hard, yeah.
You know, and it's like one man can only eat salad so often. So like I've had to try to find like some compromises. Like I've been getting into wraps as of recent.
Yeah, wraps are good.
Wraps are really
also
nice.
Like grilled versus fried.
Like
huge.
grilled beef, grilled pork,
protein.
Protein. Salmon. I've been enlightened to salmon.
Dude, I'll have to make you some salmon. Dude. I cook salmon. I made a huge. Julie and I had guests yesterday, and the podcast aren't going to be able to see this, but I'm going to.
No, they don't deserve it.
This is what I made last night.
Oh.
Yeah. Yo, you and Jazz should come over sometime and have dinner with Julie and I. We do these things, yeah.
Let me know, man.
I will.
I'm trying to.
The reason I usually is because usually we do it on weeknights because we're musicians always work on weekends. But sometime we can intersect, and we do this too. This is poker. We play poker.
That's right.
It's really fun.
I mean, the best day I could say coming up is actually my birthday.
Which is when?
Tuesday, September 12th.
Oh, so you're you're not quite a Libra. You're almost a Libra.
I am a Virgo as they come.
Right, you're on the cusp. You're in mid. You're mid.
No, I'm quite Virgo. Right, I am Virgo as hell.
Right, because late September is when Libra starts.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Because
like
Julia's September 25th, so she's the beginning of Libra.
She's the start of Libra.
Yeah, she's the
The most satisfying thing about it is that like sapphire is my is the stone for Virgo, but it's also the stone for September. So I'm like,
you're double sapphire.
I'm pure sapphire.
You're alpha sapphire.
I'm the beginning.
Yeah. I don't know what the stone is for Taurus, but I know that my May birthstone is emerald.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I have to make my birthday the Rayquaza session.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because Emerald version came out in May because of the birthstone. I think they did that with Emerald on purpose. That's my theory. And they wanted to release it with the birthstone. I don't know, but yeah.
But yeah, to kind of go back to it, only wanted to open up about this because I figured people should know that, like,
totally,
you know, one, take care of yourselves for goodness sake, but two, a lot of work goes into it. So you know, like,
totally.
And I'm not trying to say this to be like, oh, use our book. No, like, just I don't know. So it's an interesting thing.
Well,
to
I will say use our book because a lot of effort and time, especially from Richard here, Shango. Sorry, I was like, I feel like I call you a different one every time, but
either or is fine. They're both my name.
As long as you're cool with both of them. But yeah, Shango put so much time and effort to the point where he almost died, guys. You gotta use the book. No, sorry, I'm not to joke about it. Sorry if that was in bad taste.
No, it's funny. I don't care.
But you know, you put so much time and effort and love into this book. Like I think people should use it. You guys should use it. You know, share the PDF, send it to people. Like,
yeah, the link should be good. Hopefully,
my dream, and not just my dream, but the dream of myself and so many other jazz musicians. You know, which this kind of started with Pat. It's like, one day I want to roll up to Smalls in the 10 years and not even say anything or do anything and have somebody call Sorry a song or somebody call a video game song as part of the jam. That's like really the dream, you know?
Definitely.
And that's sort of the goal that Pat had in mind when he started all of this. At least all this as an R specific branch of this. But I think I'm too loud. Anyway,
fine.
I'll just do like this, and yeah. So spread it. There's no exclusivity here. Like, this is a fake. We don't own any of this music. None of this music belongs to us. This is stuff that we've done out of our own passion and courtesy. So like, bring it, use it. Just don't get in trouble with any of the game franchises, because
please.
and I think it is important to state this legality. It's if you try to record it, you have to get it licensed. That's or else you're gonna have a lot of legal stuff to deal with. It sucks in the future. If you want to record any of this music, use the charts. You don't have to ask us. Like, it's literally, this book is public use, right? Our charts are public use, and we don't profit. We cannot legally profit because they're fake books. They're literally just our own transcriptions of the charts. So you have full reign to use them however you'd like. Obviously, we would love to be credited. If you do post a cover or something, tag us, you know, and we'll share it. We'll post it, you know, we'll repost it and stuff. Like we would love. The point is to grow the community and to have this help facilitate the movement. You know.
Yeah, just don't try to sell the books yourself, because you'll.
Yeah, but, you know, that's gonna be your own. Yeah,
that's on your butt, not ours.
Yeah.
But I will say, definitely, like, if you want to use the books for what, just go ahead. Yeah. People have been trying to buy these to show support.
Totally.
And honestly, if you want to show support, just
subscribe on Patreon.
Well, yeah, subscribe on Patreon, of course. But like,
or come to one of the sessions.
Or come with one of the. Yeah. Honestly, just people, like, if people just use the books and just are able to play the VGM tunes that they want to, that we got. That's all I need. That's all
fine.
That's all I wanted the books to be.
Sure.
It's just use them. That's about it.
We made them so that they'd be used, right? So
yeah,
that's the vibe. But yeah, you know, we do appreciate a tag. We appreciate any if you want to give us credit, or if you want to, you know, if someone asks for it, because I've posted a lot of videos before where people are like, "Do you have the sheet music?" That's like one of the most common. Any music content creator in any capacity will tell you they've had that question asked several hundred times. Like, where's the sheet music, right? So if you pass along the sheet music, just, maybe pass along our Discord link too, or, like...
We got the link tree and that's the description and all that.
Yeah, and that in its own right, the cost zero is a great way to help support us too. So
yeah,
we obviously know, like we were talking about being healthy, it's like not everybody has the means to contribute funds, and that's totally cool. We understand that. Even if you just share our Discord or tag us on social media or something, that's more than enough. So we really appreciate any of that that you guys are down to do when you use our charts. Yeah, sure.
Do you remember actually that YouTube channel that I showed, like, I think it was like a few months back after the Adam Neely video, where they like actually put like a play along version of the charts in the real book on YouTube? And I
vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and like I saw that and I was just like, oh, that's so awesome. And like I pretty much gave like the stamp of approval in a way. And like they, even in the thing, they were like, because people of course were gonna ask, oh, do you have the sheet music? It's like, oh, you can access it for free at this thing. I'm like, there you go.
That's dope. Yeah.
That's what you do. Yeah,
really, that's great. That's beautiful. I do it. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. There was so much happening at that time. It was like easy to remember.
It's crazy that was this year.
Yeah, that was like 6 months ago. Or a little more, but
But be on the lookout, February 2024, because we got some stuff.
Yeah, the beginning of the next edition will be arriving within the next,
Not just that, but someone in particular might be running the session during that time as well.
Oh yeah. Stay tuned. That's gonna be lit for sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm really bummed I'm not going to be there.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, this is something I want to talk about too. It's like, I want to get this grant stuff taken care of soon. I want to do as much as I can, but I'm also, I'm becoming increasingly busy with other music right now,
That is,
and I think it's going to look like it's going to be harder for me to stay super present and active in all of the stuff all the time,
Right.
So if you are down to volunteer or help out with stuff, please shoot us a DM because we're only trying to get big. We're only going to get bigger, hopefully. But also but we're trying to we need to make these things going, and as Richard said too about the amount of energy and health that it took to make the books and stuff, and then I'm getting busier. We need, if you're down to help out, we have a cool team, and if you're cool, and if we know who you are from the sessions, especially you want to help us out with programming, list making, social media, things like that take time and energy out of our lives that sometimes get a little neglected because we're all busy dealing with health and life and and relationships and things like that. So it's I think it's please do not be shy to reach out to us if you're listening to this on any platform and be like, hey, I'd really love to help out. And we'll keep that in mind, and there will definitely be a time where we need help. And shout out to Matt, my student.
Oh yeah,
who also has several times been an awesome ringer. He helped with some of the session organizing, and he's helped with the door a few times, and so
he's gonna handle with the door this time because
yeah, no, definitely, me and Dom are definitely gonna need help this time. I also am gonna be coming straight from another gig on September 1st. And I'm playing with Disco Cactus. So it's I'm sitting in, I think, on 3 songs on their set, and I'm going to be straight from another gig. I'm finishing a gig at 5, and then I'm going straight to OS. You know what I mean? So Dom or whoever is going to have to be there to help get Disco Cactus set up, because I'm not going to get there early. So it's just not going to work. So it's if you're down to help out, if you're down to help volunteer for an event,
definitely
please let us know.
Yeah.
And if it's something that you and us think is a great synergy, then it could potentially turn into some, future bread or whatever if we get a grant, which we are really great candidates for, not just this grant but several grants, but that's another thing. Applying for a grant takes a lot of paperwork and a lot of writing, so
plus a portfolio's got to be made and all that is a lot.
Yeah, and we're not gonna have pride about it. We would love help. So
yeah, no,
Like there's no like we want to keep this exclusive and tight knit. It's like no, like man, like if you're down, if you've had a great time at the sessions and you have some resources, any effort that you can to help us out, again, you know, this is as valuable if not more than any amount of money. Like
we're kind of at the level now where it's like it's more ineffective to not ask for help.
Right.
Like, mind you, it took me almost a year to finally get people to help. So
right.
It's like
yeah, I know that. That's why I'm going on this
spiel,
right? Because you know we're all doing this. We're all doing this for everybody, and you know, and it's we started this with zero funding. Our first year of sessions, I ran at a deficit, paying out of pocket to give the house band criminal rates, like you know. And it's because of you all. It's been amazing, and now I can actually offer this as a gig, and it's gotten to the point where I get inquiries from bands to book it as a house band, like so it's really incredible how far we've come, and we only want to keep growing the community, keep growing the amount of resources and events and things like that, and that we can offer the community. So yeah, if you're down for the long haul and you want to, you know,
and you got something that you want to bring to the table that you feel like either could be improved or even added on, then definitely let us know.
Yes, we would really appreciate all of it.
Yeah, just it's a place of no egos. That's pretty much it. Like obviously we're gonna feel we're gonna feel our own ways about certain things, but at the end of the day, you know, what's important is
this is something that people globally and universally appreciate, right? Like the no egos thing, right? Where like the whole point is that we want to foster a community that can create a platform for musicians to come jam. You know,
just hang out and chill.
You don't even have to be a huge, like, I know so many people who have come and played that have come to the sessions that you guys have probably heard, like professional jazz musician colleagues of mine that aren't really video game people or play people that like, but they think this environment is like so superior to like going to like, and it's not about better or worse, but they're just much more comfortable jamming in this environment, even if it's on music they don't know at all.
Yeah,
because the vibe is good, you know.
The whole experience as it, you know, as it is right now, like a video game jam session, is the fact that it's not so widespread. The fact that it's with music that's considered like a lot more niche in a way. It's like
we're even in the niche of the niche now too, because we're starting to play stuff that's like not stereotypical.
That's true. Jam. Like a lot more deep cuts are being added.
The meta is developing.
Yeah, and it's just like there's no ego to have about this. You're just here to play.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
for sure.
If you get a big head about it, then it's like there ain't no need. This is not a thing of like superiority. It's just like have fun. And if you're not having fun, then leave.
Or you know, it's just or you know, figure out
why you're not
having fun.
And like
it can be changed.
Like so many stories I hear about, especially from Smalls.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Smalls, but like Smalls' environment, I've heard from so many people. It's like it's vitriol. It's just pure like like, and it's sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's quiet. How much like just I don't know it. From what I hear, it's pretty like standoffish, and I'm like, that's
I mean, that's not just a Smalls thing. And honestly, like I think Smalls is amazing that it exists, and I think it's a great spot. It's just because it happens to be the downtown hub for like jazz jam sessions. That's now a global name. Like we're just using it as that.
Yeah, as that example.
But it's just in general at jazz jam sessions, people often have a very athletic lens that they view it with. And,
they kind of show up to flex, and it's like, no.
And for people, and it's interesting because the people that get most negatively affected by this are people that are the most passionate about music.
Yeah, it's
right?
like,
because if you go to the session at any level, but you really love the music, like you're not gonna. It's marketed as a thing that's like, oh yeah, come play music because we love music, but then you go and it ends up becoming like a contest, and it's not, and that's a result of people being insecure and people not having solid understanding of why they're there or what they're doing there, right?
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for athleticism in music. Like, I think it's cool, I think it's hilarious, and I fully enjoy myself sometimes, like, in musical environments that are athletic. But it
should be like a friendly competition, not a not like a no holds bar, like knuckle dusting type of competition, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I think it's just it's the way that you think about it, right? It's
like,
if you're looking to go make some music with people, it's not really going to be what you were looking for. But if you're going to, like, man, I need to, like, try out and I need to, like, try to shred in front of an audience with this, and you go in with that mindset, yeah, you're probably going to have a good time, and you're probably not going to let you take it personal. Like, it's not going to be personal, but the issue is on the end of the people going there to play, and the way that things like this are marketed, it oftentimes is not framed in a way that tells it like it is, right?
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, come play a song, you know, it's a gathering for a community, but in reality, it's like, no, you're gonna get all kinds of people that are just there to try and, like, show off.
Yeah, because it's also like a networking type of situation where it's
some people are there trying to get a gig, you know, which is, I always thought hilarious. Like,
I think like the place to try.
I'm like, dude, you're gonna go to a public jam session where all the actual musicians that could give you a gig are tuning out the jam session to try and get a gig. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. You know, if you want to get a gig, you should, still go to smalls, but go and try to meet people. Don't go and just try to, like, show what
so
you
that's
can
what
do.
that's what I think. You know, there's no edges, of course, but, like, I feel like we have the edge in that aspect of like. Because with an open environment, it leaves more time to just chill and interact with people, like, especially since it's mixed in an environment with gaming, right?
Right, totally.
Now, mind you, it gets sweaty in OS. There are a lot of people.
The gaming part is the sweaty.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, yeah. Like people can't get sweaty with games. Obviously, they can get as sweaty with jazz, but it's like when it's weird when you put both of them together, it kind of like.
Like by comparison, we really take up the identity of being the chill part of it because we're not the ones being sweaty about
exactly.
The
and
wait, that's incredible. I never even thought about that. Like,
it's like a weird balance of people, like
people go to OS to get super sweaty about playing League of Legends, so that by comparison, the Jazz Jam is like the relief. So we're more chill just inherently by existence in the space.
Right. But then again, it all does come down to the people that actually show up to the jam, and luckily totally. the community that has fostered is just like, it's just people passionate about the music. That's about it. You know,
it's people that are just like trying to have a great time. You know?
Yeah, they're just trying to have fun, have
Good
have
vibes.
a hang and all that.
Great
like
vibes, yeah.
There's no like competitive nature that really shows up in our thing, because like there's no need to be competitive. You know, like there's no competition, and maybe like we could. This could go off into his own tangent of like like the kind of mindset set up with, I guess, like jazz social media and possibly even like jazz education in a way when it comes to the jams, like jams, because like it's kind of taught as like an inherent thing at a point. But
you're talking about like the etiquette, which
like,
we addressed in episode 1.
Yeah, we did. Talk about jam etiquette.
So reference episode 1 if you'd like to hear more about what we say about jam session etiquette.
But I feel like there's like that competitive, because not to sound so anti-American that it hurts, but like I'm not a fan of a primarily capitalist society, because I feel like competitive, while it has its positives, can lead to a toxic like mental state when it comes to approaching something that should be seen as like fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it is it's not about the competition. I think the competition part isn't inherently what's wrong. I think
it's more so how people take the
all or nothing mentality.
Yeah.
It's like the all or nothing mentality that oftentimes capitalist societies perpetuate, that make it problematic, right? It's like, wow,
it's either you succeed or you die, and it's like,
no. it's like you're either all in or none at all, you know, and I think that's not a great mindset, right? Because you can like do a bunch of things if you want, and that shouldn't be frowned upon. Like,
I think this is gonna sound bad, but I'm like, we just kind of need to accept that we suck, you know, like we kind of need to kind of like
you're talking about America.
Yeah,
I see what
and
you're saying.
like, or just anyone in general. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you're able to reach that point of like just acceptance that like there are some things that you're not gonna be the best at, and that's okay. If you have fun with that thing, doesn't matter if you're not the best.
Yeah, but also best. I think best is also a subjective term, right?
That's
It's
true.
like,
Yeah, like
even in literal competition, like if you look at the top level,
it never is consistent.
best doesn't exist unless you're talking about exclusively relative to winning
Yeah,
and in that moment,
yeah,
right? So it's like if some huge team wins the series, or if a competitive gamer wins a tournament, it's like in that moment, relative to what's going on, that person is the best at winning.
yeah. Because like it's like
But
a,
it's
yeah.
like, but it's like tomorrow that might not be the case, you know, if we do the exact same thing again.
I think I
right?
saw
So-
a post from you on Twitter, and yes, we're calling it Twitter here.
Yes, yeah.
I saw a post from you on Twitter that it's like the first time in years that like the legendary 5 are not even top 8.
Oh, you're talking about Melee?
Yeah.
I posted in Melee. So it was interesting. Yeah, so this is the first ranking since 2000, I want to say like 2014 or 15.
Oh God, that feels so far, so long ago.
Where no one in the previous top 5 were in the top 5 rankings.
That's insane.
So yeah, almost 8 years. And then before that, this is the first time since 2007 or 8 that at least Mango or Hungry Box was not in the top 5.
the one that messes me up is Hungry Box, because that man's is
Well,
like,
yeah.
dang.
The Hungry Box and Mango, I will say this, and I stand by. I mean, granted, I don't want this to turn into a Melee podcast.
It's
but
fine.
These two players in Super Smash Bros. Melee are pretty much, to me, undisputably the greatest of all time at the game, whether it be just winning or just what they've done and for the game.
Which is funny because like I always considered like Mango like the builder of the meta, and I've always considered Hungry Box as the anti-meta.
Yeah, no, that's literally what it is, you know. And Mango hates the fact that they're like linked like that.
Yeah,
you know?
they're it's like a perpetual battle, like
and
yin
Hungry
and
Box
yang.
like plays into the fact that they're linked, you know. And Hungry Box is a couple years younger than Mango too, so it's like there's this little brother, big brother dynamic thing happening too.
It's a thing. It's a thing. It weirdly works like that. Yeah.
No, I think Mango's like 2 years older than H-Bucks. I'm not sure.
But it's definitely like that. Oh, you're gonna pick that character. That means I'm gonna pick this character. It has
but
that
also,
vibe.
but think about it. Mango was the first Jigglypuff to be pro level, right? And then Hungry Box is now the one that like there's. I think he's trying to defeat the narrative that he just follows Mango, right?
Right.
He wants to create a different narrative,
which is very big. It's very big brother little brother coded.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's a really serious big brother little brother dynamic happening there, but that adds narrative to the game and to the competitive scene, which is why it's still going 22 years later. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to Melee as its own universe, but
that's true.
But yeah, you know, I guess how that ties into what we're talking about is.
Just have fun.
Like being the best is subjective to what you think that means, right?
It's subjective, and it's also low key fleeting because it's only
it
for
changes all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what's great. So I think aspiring to be the best is not a sustainable goal,
right?
Which is America needs to learn that too.
Yeah, like the motto should be
aspire to be better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be better, not the best.
Right. Yes. And
like,
I think that's the moral of the story.
Yeah, pretty much. Now to go back into this Pokemon nature thing you brought.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is a bit for the Pokemon. I think Pokemon is, I don't know, I would say Pokemon is slightly more accessible to this community than Smash Melee. They're similar.
Depends on what aspect of it, because Pokemon goes into so many different directions.
Well, Pokemon itself is obviously much more vast than Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think I'm saying is a better use of our time to talk about on the podcast. I think Pokemon's a good use of time, right? Because there's enough people in this community listening to this that probably are familiar at least with the base level of like Pokemon, natures, types.
Yeah, it's like
moves, you know.
So to give context to,
I have to pull up the natures.
Yeah.
I have to be informed.
Oh no, it wasn't natures. It was like abilities. What you're talking about.
Abilities. That's right.
So for context, for anyone that has no idea what the heck we're talking about. Jasper, our friend Lamel, and I kind of started up a conversation about like what ability would we have or best represents us as people, because like you know, there are a lot of aspects that go into Pokemon abilities, you know, their effectiveness, what it could mean, you know, in real life, and you know, the standards of it, kind of like how it is in the anime. So we actually got to talking about like, oh, what abilities represent us, and me being a very self-deprecating person, easily chose the 3 worst abilities in the game. I think it was Slow Start, Defeat Us with the hidden ability of Truant.
No, but see, me and Lamel. Wait, where's Lamel, dude? Oh man, we got to get him on the call somehow. But no, but so me and Lamel have vetoed that. We've both vetoed and petitioned that you have to have guts as one of your abilities. Dude, you have guts. At the last session, you like activated star power after you were like feeling out of it. It was killing. Or like, you know, like you created this entire 120-page reel book when you were on the verge of status destruction. Dude, you have gut. Like there's no other. That's the most accurate ability,
I guess.
Like whenever you're like flashing red HP, poisoned and paralyzed, you're like the most powerful. I
guess so. I mean, damn it, this is gonna prove your point more. There was a.
Like, if the team sends out poison spikes, they send you in, you get a huge attack bonus, dude.
I guess so. I mean, funny little story. I think I told you this at some point. My last concert with my school's jazz band as an undergraduate, I had just taken the COVID booster shot. Or not booster shot, just taking the COVID shot, the second stab. And it left me with like 103, 104 fever. Jesus, and I was like, this is my last concert. I'm not missing this. So I played. I still went out and played. I guess that's me burned. And
guts.
It's funny because like it has one of my favorite solos I've ever done too, and I'm like, damn it,
dude, you're proving the point. Even
I know.
Dude, your guts is your hidden ability for sure. No, it's your regular ability. Your hidden abilities can be other things, but
I genuinely don't know what else I would have then. I feel like Slow Start would still be hilarious just to have.
Yeah, maybe. I think. And then Lamel obviously said that he had to have Soul Heart as hidden ability. And then he says he goes through Own Tempo and Skill Link. Skill Link makes sense, I guess, because he does all his different disciplines.
That's true. So he's
Music,
able to
medicine, tech. Like he's just kind of he just has a lot of various things he sheds.
Yeah, he's a very knowledgeable person.
Also, he's like deep into Rubik's Cubes, which is a funny thing. That's pretty skill linked. That Rubik's Cube is pretty skill linked by nature.
Yeah, you're able to do in the least amount of moves.
What's Own Tempo?
You cannot be confused.
That might be. I could see Lamel potentially being that one. I'm less confident about that one.
That one I'm a bit, because like if you think about it, that means that you're very. It's either that you're very certain or you follow your own rhythm, which I guess he could follow his own rhythm by that definition.
That I could see. Yeah. I don't know.
It's definitely interesting. So what abilities did you say?
For me, I think for sure I have pressure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like when people use moves on me, it takes more energy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also always the person in my friend groups that it's like reminding everybody to do everything all the time. So I apply pressure that way.
Well, no, that just means you're pragmatic, which is like...
Yeah, I really appreciate efficiency and...
Proactiveness.
And I also think that, I don't know, like if I believe in someone, like I want to push them to like...
Yeah.
Reach their full potential, you know?
Yeah, so it's like the pressure is there. It's not bad pressure. It's good pressure.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's neutral. You know, it's not always good pressure, but I think I'm driven by wanting to get things done, and I think that involves me like applying pressure sometimes, and
right.
so a lot of times that pressure is on myself too. You know, I'm like, okay, I have to do all these things, so I put a lot of pressure on myself. Like I am exhausted thoroughly after almost every endeavor that I do that I care about because I just expend so much energy doing it.
Right.
And that's both good and bad, but it's just a reality. So I think pressure is for sure one of my abilities.
I'd see that.
I also think that keen eye in general is potential for me.
Would you say that you're able to observe things that other people may not?
No, I mean, keen eye is like your accuracy can't be lowered by anything.
Right.
So it's kind of like I even though some things are distracting, I'm pretty good at like staying on task.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not 100% sure on that one though. Yeah, I'm looking at more of them right now. I've actually like not fully thought about this, but I think that I definitely think pressure is one of them. I think that it's really liquid ooze.
Oh my god.
No.
You can't hold items or you can't get absorbed. That's
I believe in liquid ooze.
I would consider myself a liquid ooze person.
I definitely take recoil damage, so not rockhead. I do not have arena trap because half of my life is trying to find people.
Jeez. This is getting deep. Let's see. There are also just so many abilities. Like,
I think I could. I think I'm pretty good at. I think I might have. What's the one that? Trace. Is that an ability?
Yeah, where you copy other people's abilities.
I think I have that one. I think I have trace because of just like woodwind doubling and like just I'm really good at like assuming the character of or like being in the character of something that I see.
I believe that.
I think trace is likely for me to have, just being like, okay, like if this is the vibe, like I just adapt. Oh, isn't adaptability one of them?
Adaptability, yeah. It's
Which
like,
one does that do? What does that do?
I think it increases the amount of damage you do with stab.
That's for sure. I have.
You have adaptability.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can agree with that.
Oh no, adaptability for sure. So I'm gonna say pressure and adaptability are my two biggest.
With a hidden ability of trace, I would say, because you learn instruments a lot quicker than the most people.
I learn generally pretty fast.
Yeah, so that's trace. Speed, that is trace.
But I'm not good at is because I can learn really fast. I'm really bad at being consistent with the things I learn. So it ends up being like.
Well, that's why it's because trace only lasts for one battle, and
right.
then.
But then once I learn something, the pressure gets the best of me because I'm like I should be able to X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And then I fall short because my mental limitation is like
Yeah.
I definitely can learn outrage. That's one of the moves. I definitely like go really hard on things and then end up being confused sometimes.
Dang it! Now I'm actually trying to like look at abilities. What? Why is it in this order? This is kind of... Oh.
I'm trying to think of a friend or somebody that I know that would have magic bounce.
Magic bounce.
That'd be such a... Like, there's definitely, like, some... How magic bounce translates to, like, real life. Trying to think.
You know what ability I can see myself having? Sturdy.
Because you can't be one-hit KO'd.
I just don't fall easy. I'm too stubborn. I'm too stubborn.
Yeah. Sturdy's a good one. I like that one.
So I guess guts, sturdy.
Dude, your abilities set you up to be a sweeper / tank.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So we gotta get you like you have to learn like curse, and like or like swords dance or like nasty plot.
Just gotta.
I think I would say you're probably special attack.
I guess.
But you're not really like I don't see you. You're very like into peace and harmony and preserving things and being. Helping people, so I feel like you're not really like you wouldn't be like a Pokemon that people use to attack. You wouldn't be an attacker. Yeah, you're not like an aggressive. You're not like the kind of person that's like.
So you think I would be like a defensive role type deal?
Yeah, or like a sweeper with guts. Like people could be. It could be both, right? So
like it's either a one and done or a none.
Yeah, like I feel like there'd be two. You know how Smogon has like several entries.
Yeah.
Like one build for Shango would be you could do the tank build, you know, and like with leftovers, like protect,
Right.
you know, leftovers protect, like that vibe, or like, you know, so it could give you like rapid spin or like defog or something, like a hazard clearer / wall.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a cleric type deal.
Yeah, you'd be like a wall.
Yeah.
Or they could build you with guts. And then be like, and give you like curse or like bulk up or
and
like
just mess stuff up.
Yeah, like curse. What are the other ones? Curse, bulk up, swords dance.
There's nasty plot.
Nasty plot.
Calm mind. Calm mind would be funny.
That would be good because that. Yeah, you could. I feel like both of your attack stats are pretty even. Like they would. You know, they're both like. They're above average attack stats, but like if you boost twice, it's like I'm about to get swept. You know.
I could. Oh my god.
But so when somebody sends out Shango, they're like, "Oh, is this going to be a sweeper or is this a wall?"
Yeah.
You know? Like, do I need to send out my sweeper or do I need to, like,
Right.
People are like, "Oh, I don't know." You know?
I feel like by that logic, I could just have simple as a hidden ability.
Which one is that?
Simple boost the amount that you get from a boosting move. So instead of like a calm mind doing just +1, it'll do +2. I could either see that or thick fat because duh.
What is thick fat? It means you can't be like burned or frozen.
It means that ice type moves and fire type moves do less damage.
That's a pretty good ability.
I feel like thick fat could work because I brick the cold with short sleeves every time, so I'm like, it works. But I do get messed up in the summers. That's where
it's like if people. Well, I guess if you apply it metaphorically, it's like people being super blunt and ice cold, or people being really angry, like don't affect you.
Oh, if that's the case, then no, I don't have thick fat.
Yeah, I feel like thick fat is more of like a metaphysical ability.
Yeah, that has to be like, can you handle someone's like?
I like guts, dude. I think guts is great.
Well, I mean, yeah, guts is definitely.
You gotta have guts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like guts and what did I even just say? Guts and sturdy. There you go.
I definitely have it. I'm adaptability and pressure for sure. I would say
hidden abilities that goes way too deep into it because
yeah, I don't know what I don't know hidden ability. I feel like I'll know maybe in like 50 years what my hidden ability is.
Yeah,
I haven't lived enough life to unlock that yet.
Very true.
But yeah.
Yeah. If anyone wants to try this at home, by all means, go ahead. Try it. Look up the right in the 300
comments,
plus abilities.
Yeah, I'm actually curious what in the comments below or on Discord, wherever. Write what you think your hidden ability /
regular
Pokemon
abilities. Yeah.
And if you're still listening right now, you know you're a champ. So thanks for sticking with us.
You could say you're my champ.
But yeah, otherwise it's cool. Make sure you catch Disco Cactus next week. Hope maybe this episode will come out.
It's most likely coming out the day of. So come tonight.
So come out tonight to see Disco Cactus at OS. And next month we're going to be celebrating our 2-year anniversary, which is going to be a double bill, a Giga session. And it's going to be awesome. We already have some of the lineup decided for that, but it'll be confirmed probably by the time you hear this podcast.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, follow us on socials if you haven't already.
Linktree is in the description.
Yes, Linktree. And yeah, thank you guys so much.
And remember, eat the rich.
Yes, eat the rich.
Always eat the rich.